Hey, it's Ethan at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SeaSucker Ski and Snowboard Carrier on our 2021 Kia Forte. This ski and snowboard carrier is obviously going to be a little bit different than some of the other ones you've probably seen, primarily because it's held in place by these suction cups, but it's still going to be able to hold up to 4 pairs of skis, or 2 sets of skis and 1 snowboard, or 2 snowboards. You might be wondering why you would use this style of carrier rather than just a different sort of average looking ski and snowboard carrier. The main reason might be because you're just having your skis and snowboards traveling with you and you're renting a car for wherever you're going. These can store in your trunk or in the back of your car very easily, and they condense, as well as the fact that you're not going to have to install crossbars and a roof rack system total. You just have these 2 pieces. That being said, these are not meant for permanent use, and you should remove them when they're not being used because the vacuum will actually lose suction at some point if you keep them on there for too long. Breaking down the carrier itself, you can see that there are 4 separate slots here for your skis, and the top set of skis will fit on this lip here, as well as on the inside there is a spot for your poles. That being said, if you do have poles with straps on them, probably recommend finding some way to fasten those straps down because they will probably be whipping back and forth as you're driving if you leave them out. Up here you can see that there is a lock hole for you to fit a cable lock through, and once you do that you won't actually be able to remove the top of the carrier and no one will be able to take your skis off of the carrier. Before we get into the size of the actual carrier themselves, I want to get the skis out of the way. To do so, you will have to lift up on these handles, and they definitely take a little bit of effort to get up, but once you do, all you do is remove the actual full top of the carriers. We'll set those to the side for now, and then we can unload our skis. Before we get too far into the measurements, I wanted to check out how these suction cups actually work. Because you're not going to be leaving these on permanently, in the event that it does lose suction, this orange indicator will appear. You want to make sure that before you're using them, you do pump them fully so that the indicator disappears. Because these carriers are so tall and temporary, they're going to probably add quite a bit of wind noise to your vehicle while you're driving, and a little bit of drag as well because they are just a very large flat thing on your roof. To see how tall they actually sit on your roof, we're going to go from the top of the roof to the top of the carrier. It's coming in at about 14 3/4 inches, so you're adding a little bit over a foot to the top of your car. There's something to keep in mind not only when you're driving, but when you're parking or storing it as well. To see how far the carrier itself actually extends, from the furthest point here, it's about 17 inches long if you're including this handle. So that's how wide it is in the event that you want to see if it covers something up on your roof. Overall, the SeaSucker Ski and Snowboard Carrier is a unique but really good option for you if you're traveling and you want to bring your skis and snowboard with you, and you're maybe using a rental car, something that you don't want to put a roof rack system on. These could be a good option for you. I know SeaSucker also makes a crossbar system, so if you really like the suction cup design and the fact that it can break down and be stored in your car, you might want to check that out and then use a regular ski and snowboard carrier system with that. But overall, this ski and snowboard carrier from SeaSucker is a good option and a solid fit on the 2021 Kia Forte.